Hello and welcome to your 45 minutes Rocket Beats inspired yoga flow. You're going to need 2 blocks for this practice, and once you're ready, you can slowly start to get settled. Find a nice comfortable seat, either cross-legged or onto the shins, and rest the hands down onto the knees. Once you get there, just allow yourself to truly arrive into the space. Forget about whatever may have come before your practice and whatever maybe comes after it. And you're going to allow yourself the next 45 minutes or so to simply be here, to be on your mat, to be with yourself, to be with your breath. Nothing else matters. And then straight away from there, start to focus your attention onto the breath. Maybe take a few rounds of your ujjayi, that slight constriction of the breath at the back of the throat. And really truly allow your breath to be what carries you throughout this practice today. From there, blink open the eyes, roll over the shins, and we're going to find a tabletop position. We're going to slowly start to warm up into the wrists, maybe doing a few spinal waves through the spine and taking the shoulders past the fingertips. From there, you can move clockwise and counterclockwise. The whole time you're trying your best to draw the navel in. Once you're ready, you can slowly start to draw the fingertips to face back towards the knees. Palms of the hands are facing forwards. Sway the hips towards the heels, just increasing the pressure into the palms of the hands. From there, you're going to sit onto the heels, perhaps even keeping the toes tucked, and start opening and closing the hands. It's almost as if you're wrapping that thumb around the fingers, maybe even pretending to spray someone with water, and then bring the hands up towards the sky. Really wrap those biceps in next to the ears and draw the arms up and away from you. From there, slowly start coming back into a tabletop position, finding a little bit more movement through the upper back, maybe wiggling out through the spine. Always remembering that this truly is your practice, so try your best to find whatever variations work for you. From there, tuck the toes under and come back into a downward facing dog, wiggling out through the hips, maybe even pedaling out through the legs. Maybe from there you start to find stillness in your downward facing dog, or maybe you go through a few rounds of spinal waves, coming forwards into a plank pose before taking the hips up and back, always remembering to come forwards on the inhale and exhale to take the hips up and back, downward facing. So that one more time. Inhale, come forwards, high plank. This time lower down, chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Last time, inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, broaden through the chest, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. From there, slowly start to draw the gaze forwards between the hands and start tiptoeing your weight all the way forwards into a forward fold. Lengthening inhale once you get there, and exhale, folding over the legs. Come all the way up to stand, Urdhva Hastasana, reach the hands up and over, and exhale, hands to the heart center, take it into your Samasthiti. Come back to your breath, and a few deep breaths before we really start moving. Once you're ready, inhale, bring the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, forward folding over the legs. We move through our sun salutations. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, plant the hands. Step or float it back. We arrive, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breathing here. Coming back to your ujjayi breath. Draw the heels down towards the floor. Push out through the palms of the hands. Try and find a nice long straight spine. From there, inhale, come forwards, plank pose. And exhale, walk the hands out long. Take it into a long plank. Draw the navel in towards the spine, holding the pose. Nice long straight line from the crown of the head out towards the heels. From here, bring the forearms down towards the floor. Take it into a forearm plank. Draw the navel in, round through the upper spine. Take one more deep breath in. And exhale, lower the hips down towards the floor. Take it to a sphinx pose. Broadening through the chest, really kind of finding that upward facing dog position in the upper spine. Take it back into a high plank. Inhale. Lower down, chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. From there, bring the gaze forwards. Step or float. Top of the mat. Lengthen halfway. Inhale. Exhale, folding over the legs. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up towards the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Round 2. Inhale, hands up and over. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Lengthening inhale. And exhale, stepper floated back, arrive, bent elbows. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths for 1. Exhale, 2. Exhaling, 3. Exhale. Slowly come forwards, find a high plank inhale. From here, you're going to roll over towards the right side, find a side plank Vashisthasana on the exhale. 3 breaths for 1, 2, 3. Exhale, lower the left hand down towards the floor. Take it towards a side plank on the left side for 1, 2, 3. Exhale, lower the right forearm down towards the floor. Forearm side plank on the right side for 1, 2, 3. Left forearm is slowly going to come back down towards the floor. Last side. Right hand up towards the sky for 1, 2, 3. Slowly lower the right forearm down towards the floor. Walk the feet in. Take it into a dolphin pose. Really try and stack those hips over the shoulders. Maybe coming onto the tips of the toes, lifting the heels off the floor. You're really trying to get the head far off the floor. Push into the hands. Lift the shoulders away from the mat. Come back into a high plank inhale. Lower down, exhale. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Straight away, bring the gaze forwards between the hands. Step or float, top of the mat. Lengthening inhale halfway. Fold, exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Bring the hands up towards the sky. This time, forward fold over the legs, continuous movement, Uttanasana. Lengthening. And exhale, step or float it back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a few deep breaths here. Try and really find the stillness in every single pose. Inhale, come forwards, find a high plank. This time lower down onto the forearms on the exhale. We're going to take it straight into a dolphin pose, walking the feet up towards the face. And maybe even from there, if you're ready, you can slowly start lifting your favorite leg up towards the sky. Maybe starting to tip the weight forwards and take it into a Pincha Mayurasana. Try and find a nice long straight line here. If you're not quite there yet, just hold your dolphin. Try and extend a leg up towards the sky. And eventually, we're slowly going to start to meet back in a downward facing dog. From a downward facing dog, again, bring the gaze forwards between the hands. Step or float, top of the mat. Maybe even finding a little bit of more lightness every time. Lengthen inhale. Exhale, fold. We're going to take it straight into our B's. Inhale, chair pose. Bend through the knees. Reach through the hands. Exhale, forward folding over the legs. Lengthening inhale halfway. Exhale, plant the hands. Step or float it back. Lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take the right leg up towards the sky. Take it 3-legged dog. Exhale, roll that thigh open. Right heel to left bum cheek. Inhale, take the knee a little higher. And exhale, knee to opposite side to left shoulder. Inhale, 3-legged dog. And exhale, knee to nose, and step the foot forwards between the hands. Take it into a warrior 1 inhale. Exhale, take it straight back down again, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Straight away, left leg lifts, 3-legged dog. Exhale, roll that thigh open. Take the knee a little higher, inhale. And exhale, take the left knee to the right shoulder. Inhale, back up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, and slowly step the foot forwards between the hands. Warrior 1 inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Always the option to float that foot. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here. Try and really focus on your ujjayi. If you feel like you've lost your breath, it's always okay to come back to it. Totally fine if the mind wanders a little. From there, gaze comes forwards, step or float, top of the mat. Lengthening, inhale halfway. Exhale, folding over the thighs. Inhale back into a chair pose, deep bend through the knees. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, maybe taking it through a crow. Step or float it back from there, arrive chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, and exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Again, roll that thigh open, exhale. Bring the right knee towards the left shoulder, this time bringing the left hand up towards the sky. Thread that right leg through, maybe even taking it through your fallen triangle. Maybe even drawing that right leg up towards the upper left-hand corner of your mat. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, knee to nose, warrior one. Inhale, hands up towards the sky. And exhale, float it forwards into a warrior three. Left leg up and back. Always the option to bring the hands in towards the heart center. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling with sound. From there, maybe right hand comes down towards the floor. Take it Ardha Chandrasana. Left hand up towards the sky. One more deep breath in. And find your warrior three. Step the left foot back, arrow lunge. And then bring the hands back down towards the floor. Step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, draw the chest open. And exhale, downward facing dog. Straight away, left leg lifts up towards the sky. Exhale, roll that thigh open. Beautiful. Inhale a little higher. And exhale, left knee to right shoulder. Maybe kicking the foot forward, taking into your fallen triangle. Deep breath in here. Take that left foot a little higher. And exhale, bring the right hand back down towards the floor. Inhale, left foot up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, warrior one. Drawing the hands up towards the sky, inhale. And exhale, float it forwards, warrior three. Really draw the navel in towards the spine here. Maybe hands in towards the heart center. Active through the back right leg. And then left hand comes down towards the floor. Take the right hand up towards the sky, Ardha Chandra. Beautiful. Draw that chest open. Take one more deep breath in. And exhale, move back through your warrior three. Take it into a arrow lunge inhale. And chaturanga on the exhale. Drawing the chest open, upward facing. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Straight away from your downward facing dog, step or float, top of the mat. Always the option to hold your tuck or handstand. And then bringing the toes between the hands at the top of the mat. You lengthen, inhale. And exhale, forward fold. We're going to take it back into a chair pose from here. And this time we're going to take a twist. Bring the left elbow onto the outsides of the right knee. Hands in towards the heart center. They try and find a deep twist here. Always the option to extend the arms. From there, you can twist the feet over towards the left. Bring the hands down towards the floor. And bring the right knee onto the backs of the left tricep. Lean the weight into the hands as if it was a chaturanga. Lift the feet off the floor. Option to stay here, option to extend the legs out towards the side. Take one more deep breath in, and exhale, bring it back. Inhale back into a chair pose. And exhale, twisting towards the left. Right elbow onto the outsides of the left knee, maybe extending the arms out. Beautiful. From there, take one more deep breath in, and exhale, twist the feet over towards the right, lower the bum down towards the heels, and then bring the hands down towards the floor. Again, lean the weight into the shelf of that right elbow this time. Maybe chaturanga kind of arms, extending the legs. And then inhale, slowly coming back, chair pose. Exhale, forward folding over the legs. Beautiful. Amazing work, guys. Inhale, lengthen halfway. And exhale. Bring the knees onto the backs of the triceps. Take it into your Bakasana crow. Always the option to bring toes onto a brick if this is a difficult pose for you. Maybe even starting to find straight arms. And maybe even from there you draw the chin in towards the chest. Take it into a tuck headstand. Really stabilizing through the hands here. Take one more deep breath in. Navel in towards the spine. Exhale, pike the legs down halfway. And float it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, and exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Right leg up towards the sky, inhale. Exhale, roll that thigh open. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to left shoulder. Again, either a fallen triangle or maybe you take hold of the right foot in the left hand. Take it through your Vishvamitrasana. Inhale here, really pushing down through the right hand. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, round through the spine, step the foot forwards between the hands. Warrior one, inhale. Exhale, arrive. Hold for a few breaths. Really lengthen through the spine. You can always keep the hands apart here. Really try and extend through that back left leg. Float it forwards, take it into a warrior three. Really finding length through the spine. Draw the crown towards the top of the mat. Then inhale, draw the left knee in towards the chest. Take it into your Uttita Hasta, extending that left leg forwards and hold. Try not to lean back in this one. You're actually more so trying to lean the chest forwards. Bend into the left knee, take it into your figure four, left ankle into the tops of the right thigh. Inhaling here, and exhale, bend a little deeper. There's always the option to hold your figure four, or you slowly start to take the left shin onto the tops of the arms, finding your flying pigeon, maybe even extending the right leg up and back. Beautiful. Exhale, arrive, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, and exhale, downward facing dog. Again, right leg lifts up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, and step the foot forward between the hands. Open out wide, warrior two. Make sure your drishti is coming forward towards the top right fingertips and breathe. Inhaling. Exhale here. Really deep bend into that front right knee. Take one more deep breath in and exhale. Slowly start straightening out through that front right leg for Trikonasana. Right hand comes down, left hand reaches up towards the sky. It's always fine to bring that right hand onto the top of a brick. You can also collect the toes or bring the right hand onto the insides of the right shin. They try and find length through the spine. Breathing here, really extending that left arm up towards the sky. And exhale, bring the gaze down towards the floor. Shift the weight forwards, take it into your half moon Ardha Chandrasana. Option to stay here, option to also bend into that back left knee. Take hold of the foot behind you, trying not to draw the knee in towards the chest. I know that's a hard one. And then maybe you kick the foot into the hand into the foot to find your Chapasana bind. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Let the left foot step back a medium stance and slowly start to set up for your reverse Trikonasana. Reaching and placing the left hand onto the outsides of the right foot. Maybe starting to draw the right hand up towards the sky. Really draw back through the right hip, draw the left hip forwards, and really try and twist through your upper body, really pushing the left hand down towards the floor and extending the right hand up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in and exhale, forward fold over the right leg, slowly starting to extend the left leg up towards the sky. Taking to your standing splits from here. Always remember, it doesn't matter how deep you come for this one. And you can either hold your standing splits or maybe starting to shift the weight forwards into the hands. Maybe even kicking up, taking it L-shaped handstand, or even extending both legs up towards the sky. If you aren't quite at the place where you can hold your handstands, you can always just hold your standing splits or turn around and go to a wall. From there, bring the right foot towards the top of the mat, step the left foot all the way to the back of the mat, arrive in a warrior two, and take it straight into your side angle pose, perhaps even starting to take the bind. Draw that right arm under, left arm over, take hold of the left wrist, and straighten out the arms. Take a deep breath in, keeping that deep bend into that front right knee, and then slowly start to release. Use the inhale to come back into a warrior two, reach the hands forward, pivot onto the ball of the back left foot, arrow lunge. Navel in towards the spine, straight long line from the fingertips out towards the left heel. And slowly from there, come into your lizard lunge, bring both hands onto the insides of the right foot, maybe even dropping the left knee and pushing the right hand onto the right knee to open through the hip. Again, any kind of nice gentle movement that feels good for you, you can totally find. And from there, before we step it back, maybe leaning the weight forward, taking it to your Kundalini. And exhale, step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, and exhale, downward facing dog. And from there, lower down onto the shins. We're going to take it into a variation of a puppy stretch, maybe bringing the blocks down on the medium setting out in front of you. Bring the backs of the elbows down towards the block. And you're going to try and release the chest down towards the floor, simultaneously keeping the hips aligned with the knees. Instead of actually just dropping down towards the floor, perhaps you start practicing kind of protracting those shoulders, really pushing on into the blocks with the elbows, rounding through the upper spine before dropping the chest down. You can do this for a few rounds. And once you've done that a few times, kind of working that active flexibility, you can slowly just arrive and allow the chest to melt down towards the floor. Once you're done there, you can remove the blocks and slowly come back down onto the forearms. We're going to take it into our dolphin slash pincha mayurasana variations. First, come into a dolphin pose, maybe walking the feet up close towards the face, maybe starting to extend one leg up towards the sky, maybe two. Really try and focus on a straight line here. Always the option to take this with a wall, and if you're away from the wall, maybe even drawing the gaze through. Once you're ready, you can slowly start to come down, and let's take a few deep breaths in a child's pose. Maybe even extending the hands back behind you to release through the fronts of the shoulders. Once you're ready, we'll take it back into a downward facing dog and all onto the second side. Draw the left leg up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, roll that thigh open, left heel to right bum cheek. Beautiful. Take the right knee a little higher. And exhale, knee to right shoulder. It's either a fallen triangle or maybe you take the left foot in the right hand for your Vishvamitrasana. Really finding that extension through the right side body. Inhale, slowly left leg back up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, and slowly step the foot forwards between the hands. Warrior one, inhale. And exhale, arrive here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale with sound. Deep breath in. Exhaling Ujjayi. One more. On the exhale, slowly start to lean forwards, take it into your warrior three. Try and keep that navel engaged. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, deep breath out. Inhale to draw the right knee in towards the chest. And exhale to slowly start kicking that foot out in front of you. Uddita Hasta. One more deep breath in. And then bend that right knee and take the right ankle into the tops of the left thigh. Always the option to hold your figure four, or maybe from there you start folding forwards over that left leg, leaning that right shin onto the tops of the arms. It's always wise to lean further forwards for this one and extend that left leg up and back. Beautiful. Arrive Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Again, left leg lifts up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, and step the foot forwards between the hands. Take it into a warrior two. Draw that drishti, your gaze, forwards between the left fingertips. Try and really lock your concentration in place. So by now, you're probably feeling this dharana, this intense amounts of concentration in the pose. For Trikonasana, straighten out that left leg, bump the hips back, left hand down, right hand up towards the sky, finding length into that left side body and the right, and actively pulling that right hand up towards the sky. One more deep breath in. And exhale, lean the weight forwards, take it into your Ardha Chandrasana half moon. If you did so on the first side, maybe you bend the right knee, taking your Chapasana bind, kicking foot into the hand into the foot to open through the chest. Slowly let go from there, step the right foot back a medium stance, lift the right hand up towards the sky, and exhale to twist. Right hand onto the outsides of the left foot, possibly on a brick here, and then extending the left hand up towards the sky. Really drawing that left hip back, right hip forwards, and try and twist through the upper body. Take one more deep breath in, and exhale to forward fold over the left leg. For standing splits, draw that right leg up towards the sky, Maybe concentrating on the fold or taking the hands a little bit further forwards and maybe leaning a little bit of weight into the hands. Again, always the option to take it to a wall here. Let's try and do whatever's possible for you. And if you're holding your standing splits, you can also bring the hands forwards and simply lean a little bit more weight into the hands. Slowly arrive, left foot forwards, right foot back, warrior two. And take it straight into a side angle. Left forearm wraps underneath the left leg, right arm comes around. Draw the chest open, try and straighten out through the arms and keep a deep bend into that left knee. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, deep breath out. Slowly releasing the bind, coming back through a warrior two. And slowly start to pivot forwards, find an arrow lunge. Ball of the right foot comes down towards the floor, extending through the arms, draw the navel in towards the spine. And slowly from there, take both hands down onto the insides of the left leg, taking it into your lizard lunge. Always the option to drop that right knee down towards the floor and open through the left thigh. Once you're ready to take it back, always the option to step it back, chaturanga, or maybe you lean the weight forwards onto the tops of that left arm for kundalini, and then step or float it back from there, chaturanga. Upward facing inhale, and downward facing exhale from there. From here, come straight down onto the forearms. Walk the feet in towards the arms. Take it back into your dolphin pose or both feet up towards the sky, Pincha Mayurasana. Deep breathing. You're still trying your best to focus on your ujjayi, extending the toes up towards the sky. Deep breath out. And it's also totally fine if you'd like to at any point pause the video and hold these poses a little longer. Slowly coming back down. If you'd like a rest, let's meet in a child's pose. From a child's pose, take it back into a downward facing dog, hips up and back, heels draw down towards the floor, and then step or float the hands towards the back of the mat. Take hold of the toes with the first three peace fingers, forward folding for Padangusthasana. Inhale here, one. Exhale. Inhale, two. Exhaling for three. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Lengthening inhale halfway. And exhale, bring the hands underneath the feet, forward fold over the legs. Padahastasana. You're slightly leaning the weight forwards into the toes. Try not to crunch up into the neck. Or maybe even starting to draw the elbows out towards the side. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen halfway from there. Exhale, turn the toes out towards the side. Take it down into a malasana squat. Hands in towards the heart center. This probably feels pretty nice at this point. We're going to move into some toe taps. You can also do this without blocks. I'm going to demonstrate with blocks. So maybe you take blocks a shoulder width distance apart. And come into a forward fold from there. Bring the hands slightly a little bit further forwards. And you're going to lean the weight forward into the hands and try and tap the toes towards the wrists. This is marginally easier with blocks. You can definitely do this without the blocks if you prefer. And honestly, at the beginning, the feet might not come off the floor, and that is completely okay. Once you've done that for a few rounds, take hold of opposite elbows. Simply allow yourself to dangle before unraveling and coming all the way up towards stand, reaching the hands up towards the sky. And exhale, Samasthitihi at the back of your mat. And step the right foot towards the top of the mat for your prasaritas. Draw the hands onto the hips. Make sure the toes are facing forwards. Puff the chest open, inhale. And forward fold, exhale. Maybe even bringing the hands down in line with the heels. And trying your best to slightly lean the weight forwards into the toes. If you'd like from there and it feels comfortable, if the head comes all the way down towards the floor, Maybe you plant the head down towards the floor, lean the weight into the hands, take it into your tripod headstand, extending the feet up towards the sky. Make sure you're actually pushing down through the hands and drawing the navel in, active through the toes. From there, slowly maybe straddle the legs back down, landing the feet where they were. Inhale, lengthen halfway. And exhale, bring the hands onto the hips. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, reach the hands up towards the sky. And exhale to interlace the hands behind your back. Prasarita C. Puff the chest open, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Take the head down towards the floor and the hands up and over. You want to slightly lean the weight forwards into the toes here, drawing the head down towards the mat. Pull up through the fronts of the legs and protect the back of the hamstrings. On the next inhale, come up halfway, and exhale to reach the hands out towards the side. Collect the toes. Inhale, lengthen halfway, and exhale, forward fold. Prasarita D. Elbows come out towards the side. Again, always the option to take it into an inversion of choice if you would like. Lengthening inhale halfway. Take it into your box splits, Samakonasana, extending the legs out towards the side, engage through the inner thighs, and only take it as low as you can. Don't try and force it too much. We're going to take it all the way down onto our bums. Walk the feet in towards each other, bring the hands back behind you, fingertips facing back, lean towards the hands, and slowly draw the legs forward, maybe even catching yourself for a second. For forward fold straddle, Upavista Konasana, draw the chest up and over. You can keep the pose active. You can also take hold of the toes or a block overhead. Wherever you are, try and make sure that the legs are engaged in this pose. You really want to make sure that you're protecting the hamstrings here. Inhale, lengthen halfway, and slowly from there, take it over to a twist. Right hand comes towards the left thigh, and the left hand reaches up and over towards the right foot. And then from there, switch sides. Just working on finding length into your side body. Taking one more deep breath in. Exhale to release. And slowly from there, draw the legs towards the top of the mat. Take it into your boat pose, Navasana. Legs straight or bent, it is absolutely your choice. Slowly from there, lower the right leg down. And then switching sides, left leg down. And come into your boat pose. And then take it into a low boat. Low back is in contact with the mat. Hands reach up and over. Draw the right knee in towards the chest. And extend it back. Left knee comes in towards the chest. Extend it back. Right leg in. And slowly left leg in as well. Slowly from there, take it back into your Navasana boat pose. Fold over the shins, step or float it back, arriving Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, and exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Slowly from there, come forwards, find a high plank inhale. You're going to lower yourself all the way down towards the floor on the exhale. Interlace the hands behind your back, puff the chest open, lift the chest off the floor, lift the feet off the floor, Shalambhasana. Really engaging your whole back body here. Squeeze through the legs, draw the shoulder blades in towards each other. Releasing through the hands, reach the hands up and over as if you were Superman. Wrap the biceps in next to the ears, try and draw the chest off the floor. And release it down, maybe even swaying the hips lightly side to side. Once you're ready, draw the hands underneath the shoulders. Take it into a high plank inhale, Chaturanga exhale. And then inhale, upward facing. We're going to hold our upward facing dog for a couple of breaths. Really drawing the chest through. Make sure the thighs are lifted off of the floor. One more deep breath in. And exhale, downward facing dog. From here, you're going to step or float the knees behind the wrists, coming into your Supta Virasana. Bum can come between the heels or onto the heels. Make sure there's absolutely no pain into the knees. And maybe from there you start to lower down only as far as your body allows, really trying to draw the knees down towards the floor. Trying to find a little minute of stillness inside each and every pose. Take one more deep breath in. And exhale, slowly come back. You're going to find your version of a vinyasa. Always the option to lower the head down towards the floor, take it into a tripod headstand. Maybe from there, you pike the legs down halfway. And step and float it back from there, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Come all the way forwards, find a high plank inhale. Lower yourself all the way down towards the floor, exhale. From here, you're going to take it into your Dhanurasana bow pose. Bend through the knees. Take hold of the ankles of the hands. And inhale to lift the chest off the floor. Exhale to lift the knees off the floor. Whole back body's engaged. Drawing the chest open. Try and really be on the soft part of your belly here. It's okay to sway a little bit. One more deep breath in. And exhale, slowly let it go. Bring the hands underneath the chest, high plank inhale. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. From here, step or float all the way through to seated. And come to lie all the way onto your back. We're going to take it into 2 to 3 more back bends, maybe starting off with a bridge pose. Make sure the toes are slightly facing forwards, maybe interlacing the hands behind your back. And pushing the hands down towards the floor and hips up towards the sky. From there, you can stay in your bridge pose. You can take it into your full Urdhva Dhanurasana wheel pose. Maybe walking the feet and the hands in towards each other and drawing the weight towards the hands at the back of the mat. You draw that chest open. Engage the backs of the legs. Push the hips up towards the sky. Always the option to take it alternative variations. For your last and final version, if you'd like to take it upside down, you can always take it into scorpion poses. You can also use wall. And we're going to take one last and final Urdhva Dhanurasana from here. Bring the hands back behind the shoulders. Maybe this time you walk the hands a little bit further towards the feet. Maybe you find a deeper variation. And just breathing here, keeping your whole back body engaged. Once you're ready to lower it down, we're going to take it straight into a spinal twist. Drawing the right leg over the left. Drop the hips over towards the right side, legs over towards the left. You can cactus out the arms and bring the gaze over towards the right shoulder. Starting to neutralize through the spine. Wherever you are, take one more deep breath in. Exhale, switching sides. Left leg's going to come onto the tops of the right. Draw the hips over towards the left side, legs towards the right. It's decompressing, starting to neutralize our spine after an intense and active practice. Try your best to stay as present as possible here. You're still trying your best to focus on your ujjayi. And once you're ready, you can slowly start to unravel. Draw the knees in towards the chest, give yourself a squeeze. And come back. Step or float it back from there. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, draw the chest open. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking it straight into a pigeon from there. Starting off with the right leg coming forwards. And allowing the chest to fall over that right side. I feel like this is the kind of pose that looks different for all of us. Make sure that there's absolutely no pain into that right knee. And you're really allowing your body to just release itself down towards the floor. Coming back, fall over towards the right side. Draw the left foot all the way onto the outsides of the right thigh. And take a twist. Right elbow onto the outsides of the left knee. Ardha Matsyendrasana. And from there, you're going to slowly release. You're going to keep that left ankle onto the tops of the right thigh. You're taking it into like a seated figure four. Maybe you take that left foot into the crook of that right elbow. Start maybe cradling it as if it was a baby, just working into the outsides of that left hip. And eventually backpacking that left leg onto the tops of the left shoulder, extending that left arm under, and taking hold of the left foot with the right hand for your compass. Breathing here. Spining a little bit of extension into that right side body. And then backpack that left leg onto the tops of the left arm for your figure eight pose. Lean the weight forwards. Take the right foot on top of the left, maybe even threading it through Kundanyasana. Step it back. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Step the left foot forwards, top of the mat. Come into your pigeon, second side, folding forwards over the left leg. Really releasing down. Try your best not to hold any unnecessary tension. Just allow gravity to do its work and allow your body to truly soften. You're still trying your best to focus on your ujjayi. Slowly coming back, following over towards the left side. Draw the right foot onto the outsides of the left thigh, and you're going to twist over towards the right. Left elbow onto the outsides of the right knee. Maybe gaze comes towards the back of the mat. And find a nice long straight spine, and then release and take it into your seated figure four. Putting a little bit of space into that right hip. And then from there, bring the right leg into the eye of the left elbow. Take hold of the foot and start cradling the leg. And then maybe from there, you backpack the right leg on top of the right shoulder. Take hold of the right foot in the left hand and start kicking the right foot up towards the sky. Find length into your left side body and breathe. And backpack the right foot onto the tops of the right shoulder. Lean the weight forwards into the hands and take the left ankle on top of the right. Take it into your figure eight. And then maybe from there, you draw the left knee in towards the chest. Step or float it back from there. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. To close off our practice, we're going to take it into a headstand. Maybe from there you come down onto the shins, cradle the head into the hands. Make sure the elbows are no more than shoulder width distance apart. And walk the feet in towards the hands, maybe extending one or two legs up towards the sky. Maybe even find a pike before you take the legs all the way up. And also, I really do encourage you not to try and jump into this pose. If you're just working on your headstands, then really make sure that you at least take it to a wall. But whatever you do, try your best not to jump into it. And once you take a few deep breaths in your headstand, maybe you lower the legs down halfway, hold, and then slowly start to extend them back up towards the sky. You can try and do so in a slow and controlled manner, always drawing the navel in for more balance and control. And once you're ready, you can find a child's pose as your counter pose. And from there, come all the way through to seated. Find a comfortable cross-legged position. If you have lotus, you can always take lotus and take hold of the opposite elbows behind you. Allow the chest to fall down towards the floor. Really just sealing in all the beautiful effects of our practice. Trying to let it go. There's absolutely nothing left you have to do. And from there, you can either take it into a seated meditation or lie all the way down and take it into your final pose, Shavasana.